And yes, I did have Mika with me, and she was looking gorgeous, nigga. And she was looking gorgeous. But let's get to that part.
Hello and welcome back, Pillow Talkers. We spill the tea that everyone tries to hide. No gossip is off limits, no truth is untold. Grab your pillow and watch the stories unfold. If you have been watching Anton for a little while, you will notice that he likes to refer to his wife as his chick, which is fine. Some people find like fun in that. They like to call their wife their girlfriend to give it some type of youth, because a lot of times when you call somebody your wife or your husband, it kind of sounds like old and like that's your old lady or something like that. So you like to give it a fresh title like, oh, that's my chick or that's my girl or something like that to keep it spicy. But if you notice, Anton tries to give this persona that he can be with any woman he wants when he wants, and nobody's going to tell him what to do.
When I see women, right, and when I say I can have any woman I want, and a lot of times I do, but the context is I want them for different reasons than another guy want them, right? I don't want them to fuck them, because that's easy. Pussy is easy. I want them because I understand the value of them. And this is how I don't understand how women say, well, you hate women because... listen, the minute that you show a woman that her value is not just in between her legs, she will do anything. She will die for you because she will do anything. She will die for you. You're not looking to hold her down. You're looking to release her. You're looking to unleash her. And then you see inherent value beyond just whatever it is that other people are looking at her for. And so when I say I can have any woman I want, when I see somebody, I see more value in her than maybe she even sees in herself or what she's been being told her entire life from.
Now, to some of y'all may have fallen for his BS. A few little, I'm trying to build up a person and let her see her value may have triggered you to like, oh my God, he's a nice man. I want to be around him. I want somebody to build me up. But y'all didn't pay attention to this.
She will do anything. She will die for you.
Now, for the ones that didn't catch on, he basically saying he will manipulate a woman to do anything that he wants. And a part of that game is fake building you up, telling you what you want to hear, and then bam, going in for the kill. But let's get into a few other things before we let out what the kill is. And keep in mind, a lot of people feel like his wife is getting disrespected because he's being seen with other women, traveling with other women. And we're trying to figure out what is going on.
Ain't the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she be on the show?
Now, if I'm hiding a chick, let's put it in perspective. If I'm hiding a chick because I told him before the show, I brought her there with me. I do business with Mika. She's literally signed to me. I told you before the show, he like, I don't know, bro. We'll see how it go. All of that shit, right? I don't know, bro. We'll see how it go. I said, okay, cool. I respect your platform. I respect what you got going on. I didn't fly all the way out here for nothing. We'll figure it out later.
My thing is, if it's any truth to that, and he already explained to Corey that basically, since he said Mika is under him, that Mika is one of his employees, why did Corey call her out her name? That doesn't make sense. And then the fact that even Darlene basically expressed behind Corey that basically Anton made them all feel weird bringing a woman that they don't know. And the fact that Darlene basically vouched like, yeah, especially when we know, basically all of us know who Rita is. We know that that's his wife. And you make it very awkward to show up with somebody that we don't know who it is, and we know for a fact that that's not your spouse. Now you put us in between something. And the way Corey and his crew was acting, they was giving off that you was making it seem like it was something else. Because ain't no way, like, you can work with the opposite sex, but apparently you and Mika was giving more than just co-workers, and that y'all was actually involved with one another. Or so you want us to believe.
Why would I hide a chick that I'm trying to bring on the show? But let me tell you what happens. And this is why you got to be careful of the type of niggas that you're around. He tried to paint the picture like, fuck all that. Let's just get straight to it. Even if I was, let's play it by ear. Let's assume for the sake of conversation, because y'all see me go on the streams all the time. Let's say for the sake of conversation that I had a side chick with me. Let's assume that I had the side chick with me. This nigga broke man code, bro. This nigga broke man code. And let me be very clear. Nobody tells me how to deal with my chick.
Hello.
Hey, baby girl, what's up?
Nothing much. What's going on?
You chilling?
I am. Yep.
Let me ask you a question, Rita. How do you feel about Mika?
About Mika?
Yeah.
I love Mika.
What?
Yeah. That's my boo. Our birthdays is very close to each other, too.
You love Mika?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Okay, I was just wondering.
Why? What's the problem?
You know it ain't no problem.
Oh. Okay.
All right, bye.
But
Even with him calling his wife on live, it doesn't prove anything. It's not like he went over the whole context. When she said why, he should have said, oh yeah, because I brought her on a business trip and I wanted to know, were you okay with that? He didn't even go into details. Then the fact that she called minutes later, which I didn't put in his video, and then basically asked him what was up. She don't even know what's going on. And then he said nothing and basically that he was going to finish up the live or whatever. Like, some people think just because you brought up a subject, oh, I was honest. No, if you don't go into details, you could still be manipulating and keeping stuff in the dark. Keep in mind, Anton's platform is about manipulating people, degrading people by being condescending, as well as exuding fake confidence.
Let's say for the sake of conversation that I did have a chick that's with me, right? That I didn't want the world to know was with me. Who do that shit? Who does that? Who does that? Who says that shit and try to say the wildest shit and try to get you on some other shit? Nigga. And that's why you got a girl with you. That's not your chick. That's not your wife. Who does that, bro? What man, bro? That's man law code broken in every single way that you can ever think about it, bro. Who does that shit, man? I say, oh, this nigga's a cornball for real. This nigga is so weak. This nigga's a corny. I would never do that. I would never, ever in my life, on everything, I would never, ever try to do no shit like that to a nigga. I would never try to fuck a nigga family up. I would never, ever, under any circumstances, now he don't know that, nigga, I'm a chess player. I would never bring something with me that I couldn't have a conversation about in real life. I would never, ever in life try to fuck a man's family up. Never. Would never try to fuck up the money in the family, bro. Never. That is the corniest, weakest shit. If that's not man law number one, man code, man law, you never try to do no shit like that, bro. Now that's what homosexuals do. Do you know? Listen. Corey is gay. I'm gonna tell you right now to your face. That is what gay men do. When you go on these live streams, pick one. Pick any of the live streams where the gay men stream. Do you know what they do? Gay men and women do exposes. They do, oh, I caught you with a girl. I caught you with this. I caught you with that. Man, listen, and my people will tell you, people have came to me with a bunch of shit that people didn't did. Hey man, this is what such and such is. You know what I tell them? Man, I don't do that shit. Like, if I'm not gonna be on some, I'm gonna just talk about his talking points or whatever like that. We don't do that shit. We don't walk around trying to figure out who niggas is fucking. That's what gay men do. Listen to what I'm telling you. Bro, that is what Tasha K do. That is what, name them, bro. I'm telling you, that's what their shows are. Todd and Candy Burris, oh my God, they do that shit. This is who and I heard it was this girl. They do that shit. We don't do that as men. As men in real life, as content creators, as all of that. If it came out, we like, damn, we gotta have a live stream to talk about how this shit is gonna play out. Hey, y'all think he really? Nah, I don't think he really cheated. And I stand 10 toes down with it. I cannot like a person. I cannot like a person, and you know what I regularly say? And anybody that never watched a live stream, it don't matter who it is. I always say, hey man, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. Just because a chick says something don't mean it is true. Just because they saying this about him don't mean it is true. Let's come out. Let's wait till they prove it. Let's wait till they get it in a court of law. Let's wait till they did this. If a chick accuse a nigga of doing something, no, it's too many niggas in prison that got accused of shit that they didn't do.
Is this not exposing? If only gay men and women expose, why would Anton come on here and say that Corey is gay? And where's the proof? He said the only way that he would do something like that if it's already been put out and let's talk about it. Unless he caught Corey doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing, why is he saying this? And who made him the spokesperson for men? Because honestly, Anton doesn't give that he used to be that man back in the day, and he for damn sure don't give it today.
Too many niggas in prison that don't. Nigga, that Corey, listen. Corey is gay, bro. I'm telling you. Women expose men. Gay men try to expose men. Men don't do that shit. They do not try to fuck up another man's family. Under no circumstances. They do not try to fuck up another man's family. Because that's not what niggas do. We don't do that shit. We never ever do that. You don't mention what nobody else got going on with their family. Under no circumstances do you, if I beef with anybody, if I have a disagreement with somebody, I never ever, under no circumstances, say some shit about that. I can see it with my own eyes, man. I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there. That ain't my business. It ain't my business. I don't know nothing about what you got going on in your life. That's how I know the nigga is gay. That's why that's why he talks so much about the backdooria, but he get offended at the very mention of it. Because niggas that secure in their masculinity, they don't give a fuck about what you're doing. Nigga, I got five hoes over there. Why I care about what a nigga is saying? I always got a bad chick with me. 100% of the time, nigga, I don't go out of town unless I got a bad chick with me. And he don't know that. He don't know that I do what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it. And so the nigga thought he had one up. That's his last play. That was his final play. Nigga, and that's why you got that bitch with you. And I was thinking to myself, we was walking out the door. Me, Mika, security, we walking out the door like, this nigga's so corny. We was laughing at the nigga. If that's the case, if you feel some type of way about it, why you ain't say it before we got on camera, nigga? You waited till you was about to fall and you fell on that knife, nigga. You fell on the knife and you got exposed. Nigga is gay. Lame, gay. He ain't a real one in Chicago. If y'all still fuck with this nigga, I'm surprised.
I don't know where Anton is getting that he's the gatekeeper of masculinity. Because I know a lot of us are thinking the same things, and we are going to touch that subject a bit later.
I'm surprised, bro. I am very, 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 very surprised. I'm amazed. I am amazed. Corny. This nigga can't never say nothing no more. Anybody that's friends with Corey, anybody that hang around that nigga, hey man, don't do nothing. Don't say nothing out of pocket. That nigga's a snitch. That nigga's a hoe. He a hoe, he a snitch in every facet of the word. That nigga's a snitch, he a hoe, and that nigga will backdoor you. He will backdoor you. Yes, that nigga breaks man code. He break man law. That nigga is weak. He is weak. He weak. This nigga the corniest nigga ever. Even the young bulls know that. Hey man, you don't say no shit like that on the internet. Only the hoes do story time. This nigga did story time in real time. Bro. This nigga's a hoe. Gay. He might as well switch his platform. He should stop talking about Cheyenne Bryant and start doing the live streams like the gay man. Like all of the gay live streamers, he should just start doing that shit. Start talking about love and hip hop, Housewives of Potomac, Love is Blind. That nigga should just focus on that shit, bro. Real talk.
Wow, he seems to know a lot about what gay men talk about.
Real talk. That nigga should just focus on the same subjects that all of these other people doing, bro. I'm not impressed, dog. These niggas, you know how they say don't meet your heroes? A nigga was never a hero, but you know how they say that? They all frauds, bro. Rappers, comedians, athletes. These niggas, they not what y'all say they are in real life. I see it with my own eyes. I go city to city, state to state. I kicked it with people in real life, and I look them in the eye, and I'm telling you that these niggas is frauds, bro. These niggas is frauds. These niggas is weak. And don't say why I ain't say it, nigga. I said it. I said everything I said right there to him in real life.
Damn, so nobody real? The athletes, the rappers, nobody? So everybody that you had an interview with, they just all fake. And I get it for the most part. Don't believe everything that's on the internet, but sometimes people reveal themselves without even knowing that they're revealing themselves.
Nigga tried to tell what was already known. I announced to the whole world. I told niggas that Mika was coming with me out here. And the nigga thought that he thought that he had one. Well, listen. It was fun. It was a moment. And shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas go ahead and rock out with that nigga. It says a lot more about you than it does about him. Because the niggas that support that weak shit, that weak behavior shit. Niggas that rock out with bitch ass niggas, with closeted homosexuals, I don't fuck with these niggas, bro.
With closeted homosexuals, I don't fuck with these niggas, bro.
Oh, hello, my beauty. You're looking like a cutie. Very, very fruity. Nice, round and juicy.
It ain't too many real ones left, bro. Whether you a nerd, whether you a corporate guy, whether you a nigga in the streets, there's certain things that men don't do.
think you cute for real. But
Me?
yeah.
Not me.
Not even that. Look.
Not me.
I'm saying, hold up. Good looking. Let's just say it like that. Good looking. Well, if you was locked up, if you was locked up, yeah. If we was locked up, I would talk to you.
No.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I got to see what's up with you, right? I mean, you don't think you look good?
Not that. I don't look that good.
Do you think you look good?
Nah.
Do you think you got a nice body?
No.
Nice butt?
Nope.
I do.
Jesus
You
Christ.
got low self-esteem, but let's get back. I'm gonna show you respect.
I'm Dorothy. All right, I'm Dorothy. I'm just skipping down the yellow brick road, trying to get back to Detroit, flying out to LA. Because, bitch, I can only imagine how much furniture would have been rightfully arranged if Rita was there instead. Women are supposed to follow your lead. Women never get out of pocket. The only thing that they're supposed to do is follow the person that they with. If your chick do anything except for do what you tell them to do, if the women that you are with in any space do anything except for what you tell them to do, then they shouldn't be around you and your leadership should be questioned. Women should always stand behind the man that they are up under, because my responsibility was to ensure that nothing happened and that she got back home safe. That's it. My responsibility as a man is that any woman that is with me, I will make sure that you get home safe without a fucking hair on your head affected. Mika was cool. She was comfortable. She was giggling, having drinks. We hung out right after that.
You know, let me ask a serious question. Who in the hell appointed Anton Daniels as a leader? Who told him he was a voice of reason? Who told him he was somebody the coaches should follow? Because from what I can see, there's nothing leadership about this man. And I'm not saying that as a hater. I used to watch him when I first got online. I thought he had a good head on his shoulders. I thought he was down for the culture. I thought he really wanted change. But now I realize the truth. Anton Daniels is not a leader. He's a performer. And the craziest part is, I should have known. Because if I'm not mistaken, I found him the same way a lot of people did, through Charleston White. And it makes perfect sense now, because Anton uses a lot of the same tactics: provocation, disrespect, humiliation. Then he sits back and acts like he's the mature one. That's not wisdom, that's manipulation. See, Anton's goal isn't to build our people. His goal is to build his numbers, clicks, views, subscriptions, monthly YouTube checks. And I'm not mad at a man making money, but here's my problem. If you talk like you're from the trenches, if you swear you're from Detroit, if you claim you know what real struggle looks like, then why don't you use your platform and your resources to actually help somebody? Because we all know something. You don't build people by tearing them down. You don't build the hood by insulting the hood. You don't build men by humiliating men. That's not leadership. And I'm gonna say something most people scared to say. A man who really came from nothing and really got it out the mud doesn't look back on everybody else like he's better than them. Because if you truly lived it, you know what it feels like. You know what it takes. So you don't throw darts, you throw ropes, you reach back, you guide, you build. And yes, everybody won't listen, everybody won't change. But there are people right now praying for direction, praying for leadership, praying for somebody to show them the ropes. And instead of doing that, Anton talks down to everybody, points out flaws, and paints a hopeless future, and then acts surprised when people react emotionally. That's not leadership, that's content. And what's happening today is embarrassing, because our ancestors did not fight and sacrifice for us to turn into a people that worships clout. Because back then, it wasn't performative, it was purposeful. But now, we got microphones without missions. We got influence without responsibility. We got men building personal brands while the community keeps drowning. So let me end with this. A leader builds the people, but a performer builds himself. And if you're getting rich off of talking down on your own people, then you were never sent to lead them. You were sent to distract them.
I didn't allow for myself to ever fall under the vision of what a woman wanted from me. I never allowed for myself to ever let a woman tell me what it is that she wanted. I never asked her. Listen, I'm not asking you what it is that you want from me. What are you looking for in a man? That's not a conversation that I'm going to have with you. Why do you think I care about what you want? Whatever it is that you want, if you wind up getting around me, then that's going to have to change anyway. I don't give a fuck about what your thoughts are. I don't care about what you think you want. I don't care about what your interests are. I don't care about what your love language is. I'm trying to understand what your mindset is. I'm trying to understand whether or not you actually gonna be submissive enough to fall under the thing that's gonna allow for us to really build this legacy together. I'm trying to understand whether or not you nurturing enough to actually be a great mother. You can't tell me whether you nurturing enough. That's not something I can get out of a conversation. I'm gonna pay attention to your body language and look how it is that you treat your mother. I'm gonna see how you respond to criticism. I'm gonna see how it is that your boss is handling you. That's not a conversation that you can get in the dating process.
You can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up.
He is, maybe having an extramarital affair. He didn't say that, but obviously he was making some hints that it was some chicks in his inbox and he was talking with them. That's number one. Number two, he brought some young lady to the podcast with Corey Holcomb. Now, let me just tell you this. As a person who has my own podcast on my King Gunner channel, this is not uncommon. Dudes show up to podcasts with side chicks. They show up to podcasts with, girlfriends, stuff like that. Sometimes wives, but usually side pieces. And it's nothing wrong with that if you are a person that is like, let's say, for example, me, Corey Holcomb, that's a person that's single, openly talks about being single, tricking or whatever. The issue with Anton Daniels operates on a very high moral ground, a moral high horse. He talks about being married for 20 years, staying with the same woman for so long, being a father to his daughter, okay? And that other people do not know as much as what he knows. He prides himself on this stuff. Now, here you are showing up to the podcast of Corey Holcomb with somebody that is not obviously your wife, okay? Because Anton Daniels' wife, from what I understand, is never on anybody's podcast, which also lets the world believe that, okay, if you have ladies on your show or on your live streams, and again, Anton Daniels and Lapeef, they've always had very attractive, very beautiful women on their podcast. So now what people can say is, okay, well, if this is true, then is this what's been going on the whole entire time? And because you left with the girl, she was there with you, it's obvious that people are going to be able to put two and two together that you're having an extramarital relationship. Now, again, I don't know that this is for sure, but this is what Corey is saying. And I know that from being in a podcast situation, having my own podcast, that this is what content creators do. They come to different...
Now, if y'all been watching Anton for a while, he does participate in panels. And a lot of times he always seems to flirt with certain females. Oh, you so gorgeous. You so pretty. And listen, people are not blind, and you can find other women and other men attractive. But who wants to be with somebody, you in a room chilling, and you just hear your husband, oh, you so pretty, you so gorgeous. You ain't gonna tell me at the beginning Rita wasn't looking up, and then it was something that she had to get used to. He probably manipulated her into thinking that she was insecure, because no man or no woman should be constantly calling somebody handsome and pretty other than their own significant other. That's just weird. So we are aware that everything Anton does is manipulation, performative, and let's be honest, we all think he is
very, very fruity.
Well, let's hear from one of the women that knows him the best, his wife Rita.
Because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively, I don't think.
And honestly, when he told us of his upbringing, which he said that he used to run with the boys, I think he tried to put off an image like he was a bad boy. And the good thing about it is that he painted his wife as like innocent and supportive, which everybody should do for their significant other. Because if you're not happy, get rid of them. Life is too short to spend time with people that's not supportive, not giving you what you want, when there's a billion people on the earth that can change that. But Anton always makes remarks about women's looks, and I find it uncomfortable as just a viewer, and I couldn't imagine being his wife dealing with that unless they are both playing together or she's a beard. Now, for the ones who don't know what a beard is, being a beard means being a person used as a fake romantic partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, to hide someone's true sexual orientation or relationship status, often to maintain a heterosexual appearance, though it can also conceal other secrets like infidelity or popular identities. The beard might be unaware that they're being used, or they might know and agree to it, sometimes for personal benefit, but the role involves creating a false impression to the public, common in the LGBTQ plus culture, historically, but applicable in other contexts too. And honestly, I would rather believe one or the two, because I refuse to believe that someone is that delusional for that long. And they say parents, especially the moms, always be the last to know, but you're not going to convince me a spouse isn't going to know for that long, because we was all thinking about it, and don't say you never did. Then, of all things, he calls Corey a closeted homosexual. And I think he knows what the world thinks about him, and that's the reason why a lot of times he tries to separate from the gay agenda, and that's the reason why he says he's a Republican, and anybody supporting Democrats are supporting gays, and he wants to be far removed from the gay topic. But the crazy thing is, the reason why we are talking about it today, because what somebody sleeps with is none of our business, and if they doing that in a marriage, that's their business as well. But I want to know, why is he always calling other men gay and saying that they look gay? In this next clip, Anton and a few people was on a panel, and this man basically said, why should we listen to Anton when he been with one woman his whole life? I guess things weren't going his way, so he resulted to this.
Yeah, you've been with one woman your whole life. You gotta listen, bro.
All right, hold on. We gonna stop this right now, all right? You know me, I don't know you, all right? The fact of the matter is, if you're gonna substantiate your argument, you're gonna have to do it without doing ad hominem attacks. Because
what's your definition of an ad hominem attack? I'm answering the things that you're saying. I'm not being disrespectful.
What you think about me, you don't know half of what my life is like. Honestly.
I know what you display on the internet, and what you display on the internet is that you're married, and you've only been with one woman after your marriage. So how do you have all this information on dating?
Listen. If we gonna have this conversation, you're gonna have to substantiate your argument without worrying about whether or not I have been with one woman or not. That has nothing to do with the conversation at all.
How does it not? You don't have any referenceable freaking information. You can't reference what you're saying.
Because I didn't add that as a part of the conversation.
Anton is very emotional.
If I looked at you and say, okay, you look gay to me, should I add that as a part of the conversation? Or should I just be able to stand on my own?
Now that is an ad hominem attack. Just in case you don't know the definition, that's an ad hominem attack.
No. If I say you look gay to me, should I add that based off of what I think? Or should we just be able to argue the point based off of what the woman said in the video? But I'm not going to do that, though. You know why?
So do you want me to answer that genuinely, or are you just being disingenuous for the sake of trying to win the argument?
You never said that you was gay, so I'm not going to add that as a part of the conversation. Okay?
But you have said that you're married, have you not? And you have said you haven't been with no women after your marriage, have you not?
I don't need to validate my marriage in order to defeat you in this conversation, is my point. Now, if you want to continue to be in your feminine energy, we can talk. Or we can just have a conversation like men and speak on the actual issue that she said. Now, you sound like one of the King Panda Bears, but I'm going to give you grace. You shouldn't be arguing for women. That's hard, bro.
I'm not arguing for women. I'm arguing for men to understand that it is not a good idea for you to be so on one side or the other. It's not a good idea for you to say, I won't hold a girl's bag because it looks like I'm being XYZ. I mean, if that's what the woman that desires, that you're courting, why wouldn't you do it? If you desire for her to do something, why wouldn't she do it?
And this is, again, why you in your feminine energy, because she never said courting. She never said...
The semantics in your word salad is superb, I will say. The way you danced around that, the way you implied that, what if I said you looked gay, is extremely disingenuous. I think that my argument still stands. You don't have any referenceable information. You're giving men horrible advice. Men, outside of Anton, I understand you can be extremely starstruck. He is extremely successful. There is no one-size-fits-all sock of life. You understand? Do not use a blanket example for every woman, excuse me. Of course, there are some women that don't deserve for you to hold their hand, let alone hold a bag or a piece of gum. But if she is deserving, if she is a virtuous woman, why not? Why does chivalry need to be dead? It is not. Simping and chivalry are two different things. My interpretation of what it means to be a simp, and you know what? I think a lot of you niggas are simps. I think a lot of you niggas didn't get the sexual attention that you wanted to get. So now that you have the financial backing, you're then going to turn around and call everyone simps that does something outside of what you do. That's not how society works. That's not what a simp is. Men, do not use a blanket example for every woman. Do you understand? I will agree. Some women, you do need to draw a line in the sand and say, no, I'm not willing to do that. But if she's a good person, if she's a virtuous woman, she should be committed, just like if you are. What are we talking about? The way that you guys are speaking as if there's no necessity for chivalry. And that was my only point. Your ad hominem attacks are hilarious, though. Extremely funny.
Now, y'all can't say that man didn't just say a word. Either man or woman, you could come on this internet as either three things. You can either say you never had any experiences, meaning you're a virgin. You had some experiences and now you settled down. Or you was out there doing your thing and you still currently doing your thing. And listen, Anton never came on here and said I was a virgin, got married, and that was it. So we can all assume that Anton had some experiences and then he got married young. He has then been married 20 years, so he knows Rita inside and out and vice versa. So what that man said was very valid. You've been with one woman, you claim that you didn't dibble and dabble. So it's safe to say that the advice that he gives is very outdated. Like, am I right or am I wrong with that? Because that's what it sounds like. You know one woman. So you basing every woman off of this one woman. And if you know women, you know that all of us are not the same. Some of us can see the manipulation from a mile away.
Y'all got to understand, I'm not trying to discount the value that people or women in particular bring into a specific situation. But I know a lot of guys that are single and are thriving. You know what I'm saying? Happy? It doesn't mean that you can't bring somebody in and include them and make them, and give them a sense of purpose and then add more value. But I don't think there's guys that are going to thrive. They're going to thrive regardless. There's plenty of guys that are single. I mean, the richest guy in the world, Elon Musk, is not married, right? And he hasn't been married for the overwhelming majority of his time.
But could he be richer if he had a wife, though?
No. I think he would be poorer.
I bet you. I bet you.
1,000% he would be poorer.
But I bet you in a few years.
1,000% he would be poorer.
I don't know.
Like, even there, it was kind of cringe, like seeing his wife sit there and fight for being married. Like, how are you her husband and you advocating for men to be single? And she's like, yeah, but wouldn't he have been even more rich? And he's like, nope. Like, what are you trying to do? And I get it. If you are mature adults, I don't think it looks good for a couple to be arguing and fighting in public. But it's like you keep seeing clips of him saying stuff and doing things that's damn near embarrassing to his wife. Maybe we the only ones that see what he doing and she's okay with it. You know, she's able to live with it. But it's embarrassing. And you remember what that guy just said, the one that just gave us a word? The one that thinks that chivalry should be given to women, but Anton seems to think that it shouldn't be. And he thinks the only reason why Anton is saying this is because he got money. Basically saying before you had money, believe me, you was being chivalrous to women. Now that you got money, now you want to act egotistical and act like you're a womanizer.
What you gotta say? Here we go. Broke right now, you would be single.
Hey.
You would not be married. You wouldn't have nobody.
No,
you listen. At the end of the day, we gotta stop trying to make it seem like no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
It's the guys that don't have nothing and get all in the box. The thing about it is that now that I'm up, y'all don't qualify. That don't matter no more.
Who don't qualify?
It's the guy.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm high. They all over. Y'all heard the damn song?
So basically, he just revealed what we all are thinking. Back then, these women wouldn't give him a chance. And now that he has money, which was probably his focal point, and now he's acting like an egotistical maniac. He is hurting people because he was the one hurting.
Trust me.
Who are these people that you're saying?
No, seriously. Like when I was down, y'all would have been the main course. Now y'all could just be sides.
You said that yesterday.
Did you just call me?
Real talk.
It's still not a good analogy.
It's the same thing.
You can't say that.
Why can't he?
Because it's just not. That don't make any sense. Like, you don't know who you could have. You never even pursued half these women that you even pictured in your dreams. You wouldn't dare do it because you know you're not going to succeed. You feel me? It's a lot of men that sit here and say like who they could have had and who they couldn't have. But honestly, like the proof is in the pudding. Absolutely. You feel me? Like
I ain't gonna lie, I'm like 100%.
It's not.
I ain't
gonna do that.
I ain't gonna cap.
Fellas.
I'm like,
They ain't gonna do that. I want to see the roster.
You don't want
I want to see who was before who.
Okay, that part.
I want to know who you dated.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard him, but when she was going in on him, he gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I'm at 100%, meaning that he can get any girl that he wants. Now, this man is so egotistical that I think that he forgets that he's married and he automatically goes into competition and acting like he's this big womanizer. And when you are married, not only are you representing yourself, you're representing your spouse as well. So not only is he embarrassing himself, he's embarrassing his wife as well. And she didn't put words in his mouth. He said that. All he said was, before you would have been the main course, now y'all side dishes. Meaning, I couldn't dare get any of y'all, but now I can. But honestly, it's embarrassing for him and the women that's falling for his BS. Because if you can get sold to a dude that you ain't even visually attracted to, all just because you want him to buy nice things, that makes it pretty embarrassing for you as well. Because basically that makes you an escort or something worse if you're doing extra stuff.
The more I hear him talk, because the first thing I learned about him, you know, he's been married. Because the first time I saw him was on a platform where he was talking about relationships.
Yeah.
And at first, you know, and then too, I already knew because he had the MAGA hat on, and that don't even move me no more. People still get moved by the MAGA hat. When I see somebody with a MAGA hat on, I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I don't even see that as a talking point no more. Cause like, all right, whatever. Like,
they want to Kanye old little moves. You know what I'm saying? They took that shit from Kanye.
Yeah, no, it's just all right. Like, you know, I don't know, but. It's not something I care about anymore. But when the first time I saw him, he was talking about relationships. It was, you know, panel. You know how they be doing the big panels. And when he first thing he said was, one of the first things he said, you know, he talking about how, you know, women are this, yada yada. And then he said, you know, I've been married 20-some years, yada yada. You know, I got one daughter, yada yada. And you know, he married to a black woman, yada yada. So the more he talked about relationships, I'm like, okay, he sounds like a dude that ain't been in the dating world for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff he was talking about was from like an old version of,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, and then he even said it one time, not saying he got called out, but somebody said it like, hey man, you haven't been in the dating world and such. He was like, yeah, it's true. You know, I've been married, yada yada. So, but you know, but also that's what makes it weird in how he does go in, because there was somebody else did a video and they went through all his videos and most of them were him going at black women. I was like, God dang,
like when Buddy put that shit,
you know what I'm saying?
When Buddy, and then see when Buddy put that up, I sent that to him.
Yeah.
When he got a daughter and he married, well, how the hell he don't like black women? That shit don't mean nothing, man. All that I'm married to a black woman. I don't care about none of that shit, man.
Because you would ask the question of, you know, any man would ask the question of his wife, girlfriend, or whatever. If every time she started talking, she was dogging out men. Like after a while, you'd be like, "Hey, they ain't talking like."
Like this nigga don't say nothing about that shit.
Like after a while, you're gonna be like, "Hey, you know," like. But then it becomes it's almost like the white people with a black friend thing.
Exactly. You called that shit out, bro. You called that shit out, bro.
I don't like all them, but you're cool. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
that's how I come off after a while. Like,
but that shit like I got one just in my back pocket just in case y'all didn't call me something. Like you call me racist. Oh, I got a black friend here right here. Like, and it's just like he well, how the hell? I'm like, shout out, that shit don't mean a damn thing.
And it don't.
The truth is, some men do need guidance when it comes to getting women. That's why there is many platforms and outlets that men are flocking to get advice or give advice. But y'all have to use y'all discernment to determine who to listen to and who not to listen to. Because even Anton said it, a lot of these people are fake.
Anton Daniels tells this group of elder Democrats he runs Michigan.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
I do 25 million views a month. 3 million watch hours every single month. I control this. I run this. Correct. Who are you? And it's turning red.
Who are you?
Ask him.
I don't care.
You can know why you ask.
Key.
This man was really yelling at a group of people who appear to be older that he runs Michigan because he has a bunch of followers and he gets tons of likes. Do y'all think that somebody that's 60 or whatever gives a damn about that? Like, it's given like something is wrong with this man. Like, why would you go in a public setting and scream at older people that you run it? And that's exactly why they said everybody shouldn't have money. Some get money and fame and turn into complete monsters. But anyway, what are y'all thoughts on this situation? What are y'all thoughts about Anton calling Corey a closeted homosexual, about his wife possibly being a beard or them playing around together, and also him defaulting to question somebody's sexuality and intellect after he has clearly lost the argument, especially when he has some questionable ways himself? I would love to hear y'all thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.